Hi guys, welcome back to my cooking channel, Kathy's Homemade with Love. I hope you've been enjoying some of the foods that I've been posting. I'm really enjoying doing this. It's a lot harder than I thought it would be and also much more funner. Anyways, today's recipe is going to be homemade sushi. I'm really craving for it, so I thought I'd just give it a shot and let you guys see how I make my sushi. So let's get started, okay? Okay, so I made some rice and I have to cool that down now if you're making the sushi. So transfer it from one container to the other. And use a rice paddle rather than a fork or a spoon because it's nice and wide here and you can kind of push it around gently without breaking up the rice too much. So we're just kind of cooling it down and we're going to put this into the refrigerator, but we have to season the rice. So we're going to season it with a little bit of rice cooking wine, just a smidgen. I would say it's about a teaspoon initially. It gives a nice shiny texture and it's going to resemble more of your sushi that you get at the restaurant. And you're going to have to add a little salt, but that rice vinegar can taste a little salty, so let's just see how much salt. A pinch of salt, which is about half a teaspoon. And when I tasted it, it could take a little bit more of the rice vinegar. So taste that. Perfect. So we're going to cool this down in the refrigerator for maybe about 10 minutes. Just keep checking on it. So in the meantime, we're going to prepare the salmon, and we want it to be in long strips. We're going to cut that down again because we're going to put 2 into 1 roll, and I think we have enough for about 3 rolls. And so we're going to cut the English cucumber, and I did peel the skin. The skin on English cucumber is so thin, it's not really necessary to peel it, but in sushi I kind of like a cleaner taste to it. So we're going to dice that up. So I like spring onions in my sushi. It's up to you. Sometimes they have it at restaurants and sometimes they don't. And that's really up to you what you want to do. But I like it in mine. And again, it's always about what's in your house. Just make it to your own taste. Spring onions can taste a little on the raw side. So we're going to soak this in a little bit of water until it's ready for us to use. And we're just kind of going down the vein and making it into skinny little pieces like this so that we can actually use it. So I'm going to soak this in water and it'll be perfect for our sushi. So I find the sushi is just a little bit big, the sheet, so I like to cut it down just a little bit to a more manageable size. Sushi shouldn't be a whole lot of rice that's in it. So I took about 1.25 inches off of that, and you just don't need that. So here are the ingredients that we're using. It's going to be your salmon sliced long, your cucumber, and your green onions that are kind of blooming in water. And it's just to take some of the oniony taste out because you're going to eat this raw. So on a clean dry board, it's important to use a clean dry board, and your hands should definitely be washed and clean. You're going to put 1 nori sheet out, and it's the one that has been cut up into a smaller size. Now there's a shiny side to this. I don't know if you can see it on the video, and kind of a matted side. You actually want the shiny side down and the matted side up. The rice came out of the refrigerator. It's been cooling for about 10 minutes now, and it's in a perfect consistency. So we're going to put a spoonful down. And I always put a little bit of rice in the beginning and just kind of work with it, because then I can kind of determine, oh, how much does it spread out? Like, how much rice do I need or don't need? And that's actually more than enough. You don't actually have to go all the way to the edge of that, because when you roll this, you need a little bit of an edge on there. But you want a little bit of rice on the edge just to kind of hold it, but not a clump of it. So spread it out with your paddle or with your hands. We're going to put 2 slices of the cucumber, 2 slices of the salmon. We're going to put a little bit of the spring onion on there, and spread out your softened cream cheese. It doesn't take a lot. You put as much as you want or as little as you want on it. And then you're going to take it and you're going to roll it across. And it's got to be tight, because if it's not, then your sushi will fall apart when you're cutting across. So I bought some masago. It's a fish roe that's kind of on the orangey side at the grocery store. I like that on my sushi, so I like to put a little spoonful on top. You can invert your sushi roll backwards of how you get at the restaurant, but you know, when you're at home, I find it's a little difficult because you have to get saran wrap and a sushi wrap roll, and I don't like to do all of that. This is homemade sushi, and I find it tastes the same either way. So this is what this tamago, or I'm sorry, it's not tamago, it's called masago, it looks like. Okay, and also there's something called yum yum sauce. And it's that mayonnaise sauce that you see at the grocery stores. This also has to be bought at a Korean grocery store or an Asian grocery store, because it's really hard to find. But it's a sweet mayonnaise, and it's a little bit on the spicy side. But if you've ever had sushi kind of drizzled on top, it's nice. What I don't like about this store-bought one is that it's not in a squeeze bottle. So we're going to have to drizzle it along with a spoon, okay? And we'll see how pretty it comes out. Alright, so you do want to use a sharp knife. I didn't have a chance to really sharpen my other ones, but I do have a fillet knife that's really on the sharp side. So you're going to cut the edge off on both sides, and they're delicious, but they're not as pretty. And then you're going to kind of determine like how big you want these. You can cut them in half if you want, and then start from the half, like working your way to make it more even. But I've been doing this long enough that I can pretty much eyeball it, and that's what it's going to pretty much look like. So we're going to drizzle this yum yum sauce on. It's prettier if you have a squeeze bottle. I don't. Again, this is homemade sushi, so don't sweat it that it has to be perfect. I mean, I think it looks pretty good normally anyways. It doesn't take a lot. This is a mayonnaise-y kind of sauce. And then you're going to put a little bit of the roe here on top. And so, like, how pretty does this look, right? Like, you know, to eat this on a day that's a random weekend and you're trying to make something special for your loved one or for yourself. I mean, I would eat this. So we'll taste this in a second and see how this comes out. All right, we're gonna taste this. Wow, it looks really, really good. So let's see. Really good. Alright, so this was my video series, Kathy's Homemade with Love, and it was my homemade sushi. And it's really delicious, you guys. You should really try this at home. I like to have sushi every now and then, but I don't want to spend the prices in the sushi restaurants all the time. So this is a really great opportunity for you to make this at home. It's so easy. Just make sure you use really fresh ingredients. So I'll see you guys next time, okay? Take care, and if you like the video, push like and subscribe to my channel. Take care, bye-bye.